Hello, everybody. We are holding it down. I'm Henri as usual, and my partner in crime here,
Devin.
So, hot button topic that we haven't gotten a chance to touch on yet. Donald Sterling. Before we get into the specifics, tell me what you think. Tell me what you think on Donald Sterling issues that have transpired over the past several months now. It feels like it's been going on all year, but really it's Donald Sterling, so it's really been going on for decades now. But nonetheless, tell me what you're feeling about that. Tell me what you think about that.
It's it's a lot to digest. It's a lot. On one hand, he made his comments.
Yeah.
And they were private in his home.
Okay.
Between him and his girlfriend, jump off, whatever you want to
call it.
Yeah, so he made his comments, and whether you like him or not, the comments, they are his comments. So, but whatever. And everyone heard him and everything, and it blew up, and from there, they say, okay, get him out of here. So
yeah, I know you mentioned the private comments, but I think what's even private anymore? If you're in the public eye, such as someone like Donald Sterling, just being the owner of a high profile team, the Clippers, especially now that they've turned over a new leaf in the past few years and are actually good now.
Yeah.
What's private anymore? Especially we're talking about professional sports. It's somebody's always listening, and I think that's kind of the proof is in the pudding. Like somebody's always listening for whatever motive, whatever the reasoning is. You gotta know that you can't say things like that. Even if you're joking, or even if you're not joking, regardless of the situation, you gotta know that you can't outwardly say things like that. Public, private, whether or quote unquote private. It's you just can't say that things. In my personal opinion, it's those are his true feelings. Obviously, he thought it was private. So this is how the man feels. Okay. So you the writing's on the wall to for him to being a racist. The writing's on the wall. I don't think there's any doubt about that. And it's not to say that there aren't, maybe half the other owners are racist too, or of NBA teams, NFL teams, MLB, NHL. It doesn't matter, but the point is that you got caught out there. You have to know if you're a racist. If I'm a racist, I know there's some things that I probably shouldn't ever say to anybody where they could get out. It's just you got to know to just not say anything ever.
So basically, you're saying you can't say anything in your home.
You can't, not like that. You can't say, don't bring the black people to the games. Like, you can't say that.
Okay. So what can you say then at home?
You can't, not that.
Fine. Maybe he's a homophobe too. He didn't mention that though. Maybe he is, but I mean, can he go that far to say that in his private home?
Listen, when you have a position of power like that, you have to understand that you can't. If he's sitting in a house by himself, sure, he can say whatever he wants to. But it's in the situation that he was in. You just can't.
With someone who was supposed to be close to him.
Listen, it wasn't his wife, was it?
But the thing is, like, the thing
is also racist, by the way. But that's
but she's cool though because
she's cool because she's trying to separate herself from the situation. Exactly. But she's a racist too. She knew what was going on.
But the whole thing is, it's not like he said what he said was bad. Yes, but he wouldn't got caught if it wasn't for a vengeful woman, a scorned woman, I should say. So I mean, is she?
It's not the point. Just because he got caught doesn't mean it's not wrong.
It is wrong though. I mean, she broke the law first though. So
hey, listen.
So does him? That's another thing too. She broke the law, and he didn't. But because of what he said, he's getting punished. But she's not.
NBA bylaws. The bylaw, because now we're talking about bylaws. This is not an actual. This is not a
state law.
This is not a state. This isn't a federal court. This is the NBA bylaws, and the NBA bylaws supersede in a way the actual law when it comes to this situation. Because no, he hasn't done anything wrong. Yes, your First Amendment right. Yeah. No, he hasn't broken the law. Your First Amendment right is he can say that if he wants to, especially in his home. Granted, however, you're the owner of an NBA team, so the NBA bylaws don't apply to federal law. So which is why he found himself in the position that he found himself in. You know, potentially having to stand in front of the council and getting voted out by the owners, which never came to pass because Shelley Sterling stepped up and said, "Okay, we're going to go ahead and sell the team. I'm going to move my hand along, and we're going to sell the team." The problem that I have is that now he's kind of like jumping back and forth. You know, he's conversing with his attorneys. He's suing. He's not suing. He just refuses to go away at this point.
Yeah,
and
he's mad. And I'll be
sure he's mad, but how much money does he stand for the team
I'll
being
be the same
sold?
way, though.
You know what? Just go away at this point.
I'll be the same way though. Because my team.
Because guess what? Okay, you keep the team. Now what?
Hey.
Every player that plays for the Clippers ever is never gonna. Every black player. You know what? Not even just black, but every player period is not gonna feel comfortable playing for the Clippers with you as the owner.
You think he didn't care 10 years ago?
He didn't care.
3 years ago when we were losing games, so he didn't care.
This is true. He didn't care then, but everybody didn't know then. You understand? The players didn't know. Well,
no,
to a
they
certain
knew.
degree, some of them probably did know.
They knew,
but not like
they
this.
didn't care.
Not like this, where everybody knows now. Now, you know what? Once the box is open, that's it. You can't go back. So that changes everything now going forward. So at this point, well, me personally, I feel about it, he should just go away. You know, obviously he's got his lawsuit up. You know, it's $1 billion suing for damages. I'm not quite sure why damages.
I mean, just
you're a racist. Like you said, racist comments. Like there's no what's damaging about that. You're the one that said it.
It's character.
He's the one that said
character
it.
defamation.
I don't understand. It's not slander. You're the one that said it.
But he got slandered though.
Oh my god, he slandered himself. Yeah, he should.
It doesn't matter though.
He should sue himself. Nonetheless, it's not in a position where it is now, legally speaking, as far as the NBA goes, it's not really in the NBA's hands anymore. So, as far as what happens with his ownership, and because that's all now Shelley Sterling and the trustees. So that's not, the NBA is pretty much done what they had to do. Adam Silver did a great job with that.
But what did they really do though?
They put the heat on the situation. That's what they did. That's really all they did in this situation. They put the heat on the situation and said, listen, by this deadline, what's going to happen is we're going to take a vote. What's going to happen before then was something needs to happen before then. If it doesn't happen, this is going to come to vote. And chances are he would have got voted out. It was a high probability. You needed, what was it, a 75% vote?
Yeah.
Chances are he was going to get voted out.
Okay.
But sure, you're going to have a few people that probably would have felt otherwise and voted for him to keep his...
Let's just say, hypothetically,
okay.
What if it wasn't, though?
What if it wasn't what?
What if it wasn't probability that the other owners would have voted in favor of him being out? Then what would happen?
That would just open a whole new box. Now we're talking a whole new situation for the NBA. That's a problem now. That would
because the owners run the league, though.
Yes, the owners do run the league. Now that becomes a problem because now you get put in a situation where, as the fan and as the season ticket holder, and you go to the games or you watch the games on TV, now you start to have to make a real decision. Am I watching these games still? Am I paying money on merchandise? Am I paying my hard-earned money on the merchandise? So half the owners in the NBA may be racist.
But I mean,
you know what I'm saying? Like, do I feel comfortable?
I understand that.
Do I feel now as a fan? Now I want to know the results. I want to know which owners it was that decided to vote to keep him in power. Because if I'm the fan, let's say I'm a Knicks fan, so let's say James Dolan voted to keep in Donald Sterling, and the way that I feel about the situation and how I personally feel Donald Sterling is, I'm not cool with that. I'm not buying any more merchandise. I'm not going out of my way. Now, I haven't been to a game in a while, but I'm not buying any tickets to go to the game. That's not happening.
Okay.
Like, I'm not spending any more money on the Knicks. Like, that's not going down.
But do you spend money no, better question. Does anyone own a James Dolan jersey or a Mark Cuban jersey?
See, but his money comes from all that.
Yes,
his money comes from the sales, ticket sales, merchandise
but you watch
sales.
basketball because of the players who are playing the game, not because of the owner.
This is true.
Or the coaches.
This is very true.
Players.
This is very true. But it's you know what? It's the culture. You have to start to think about it from bigger than just that. You think about it bigger than just a sport, bigger than just the players that you're rooting for. Because really, if you're a fan, you're not rooting for the players. Really, you're rooting for the players that are on your favorite team.
Okay,
you and I differ with that because you like players. You know, I like teams.
Yeah.
So I'm a Knicks fan. Like, I'm a Jaguars fan, die hard. players come and go. I love Maurice Jones-Drew, but he's gone now. Like,
Yes.
you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not gonna be rooting for him in Oakland. You know, so I'm rooting for the Jags all day, every day. It doesn't matter who's playing. It could be a bunch of guys that I don't even know who they are. But so you're rooting for the team. You're buying the merchandise. That money goes, and you're as a fan, you know that money's not going in the player's pocket. You know that money that I just bought, you know, a Jaguars hat and a Jaguars shirt. That money's going. They get a percentage, but they get a percentage if it's their jersey.
Yeah.
Yes, I didn't buy a player jersey. I bought a Jaguars jersey, Jaguars T-shirt, and I bought a Jaguars hat. That money's mostly going in Shad Khan's pocket. Okay. So if I come to find out it's a situation where Shad Khan's a racist or he's in cahoots with he's okay with a Donald Sterling type of owner, I'm not buying any more merchandise.
But what if he is right now, though?
I don't know. But that's the thing, though. That's the thing, though.
Because you don't know, it's okay.
Listen, it's the old ostrich syndrome. It's you don't know. Your head's in the sand. You don't know. So
you're cool with that, though. You're cool not knowing.
You know what? Sometimes ignorance is bliss. Sometimes in this situation, ignorance is probably bliss, because I bet you there's a whole bunch of Clippers fans that wish that they didn't know that Donald Sterling was a racist. But there's probably, on the flip side, sometimes you do want to know. If Shad Khan's a racist, do I want to know he's a racist? Maybe. I probably do, but I don't care to dig to find out.
No, but would that change your feelings on the team now?
It might, because he's the owner. He's the owner. He controls all
but
the...
You just said, I love the Jaguars, die hard. The Jaguars.
But he controls the personnel decisions. He controls the coach and the GM, and he has a hand in these decisions.
Okay.
I know he's not hiring more racists. You know what I'm saying? It goes bigger than the sport. It goes bigger than sport. I have to look at it from a humanity standpoint. You know, as being, you know, Caribbean American and African American and all that other good stuff. I have to look at it. My skin's black. So, you know, when you're born with the skin color, you're born with a strike against you, they say. So, which, you know, it's you walk down the street, you see the kids with the pants hanging down off their butt, and it's like, it doesn't present a good image. So it's like, even though that's not me, that's not how I dress, the image is set out there. So the old white lady that, you know, walking down the street, holds on to her purse, because she doesn't know that I'm not like that. She just sees the color of my skin. So this goes beyond sports now. So it goes past it. This now steps into the realm of principle. Steps into the realm of principle and morals. It goes past just the sport.
I understand that, but in the examples you gave me, those direct you. Yeah. I mean, no, they affect you directly, whatever. Right. You know, those, you know, things that you come in contact with, whatever. The basketball analogy, well, not really an analogy, but, you know, just the owner of the team, whatever, they don't affect you. Basketball, it's sports. At the end of the day, it's still a sport or business, how you want to, you know, put it in, you know. And it's entertainment. Yeah. At the end of the day, it's still entertainment. So, what goes on there, whatever, whether it's, you know, racist or homophobic or whatever, again, we don't know. It could be many things. You could have pedophiles, whatever, and we don't know, whatever. But we're still enjoying the sport, entertainment, what's going on.
Yes.
So why don't you just leave it, like, my thing, I don't take, I mean, I enjoy what I'm watching, you know, I love the sports, everything, but I don't take more from it than what it is. I know it's entertainment. Right. An example, a movie, I don't know, Lord of the Rings, whatever. It was a great movie, it sold millions, billions, whatever. Who's to say that the director of that, whatever, isn't? Jackson. Okay. Who's to say he's not, you know, a racist or whatever, or maybe some of the actors were as well. Right. I mean, you don't know.
Granted.
So because we do know of this person, whatever, we're supposed to, you know, denounce him and the team and and be like, yeah, get him out of here. Right. I mean,
I don't know. It just makes you feel different.
And we found out fraudulent ways. We found it because of someone broke the law to do it, whatever. I mean, does it make it right?
Doesn't make it right. No.
So it's okay then. It's justifiable though, because her wrong. You know,
her wrong supersedes because in the NBA bylaws there's no law against that.
No, but
it hasn't gone to any legality. But yes, go ahead.
But it should though. But listen, I don't know.
It doesn't because he didn't break any law, so it doesn't.
No, but she did though.
He did, but that doesn't.
But it's evidence though. Yes. It's evidence to a case. So
yes, but since it's not a federal thing, That's evidence that's usable in the NBA bylaw.
And the state court she broke a state law. So I mean, I don't
Which is
get
irrelevant in terms of.
Yeah, so because of that, whatever, it should be like, we can't use this because it's evidence, whatever.
But that's not. It's not.
They should though.
Not necessarily.
I mean, I'm
because
sure
that's not how they're governed. So when
I understand that though, but I'm sure some crafty, witty little lawyer could probably, you know.
I'm sure not, because the NBA bylaws, I'm sure, are deep. And once you sign those papers to be an owner, there's a whole lot of laundry list of things that come along with that.
I'm sure.
But nonetheless, I think for me the closing statement here for me is that I think ignorance is bliss. Ignorance is bliss in a lot of ways, because guess what? Even though us as the fans, we didn't know that Donald Sterling was a racist, even though the stuff that happened years ago with him getting in trouble with the law for the stuff that he was doing with the minorities and the Latinos and with the building stuff. Yes, all them lawsuits he had against him before, the writing was already on the table.
Even Elgin Bayless sued him.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
After he was fired, of course, but you know.
Yeah, conveniently, but nonetheless, he did. So but it's there. So it's there, and it was there, and ignorance is bliss, because if we didn't know, that Donald Sterling was a racist, how would we feel? Would you feel the same way? Would you not feel the same way? But at the end of the day, the writing was on the wall for many years now. So even as the fan, you still kind of had to know a little bit that Donald Sterling may be a racist in some way or fashion. Now he just kind of put his foot in his mouth, with the comments. But that's it. That's all I got.
He's an old man. What do you expect?
He's an old man. That's all, and he's senile apparently. Alzheimer's kicking in and all that other diseases apparently. So
let him just be chill, keep his millions or billions, and he's good.
He can keep it whatever he's gonna bank off the sale of the team and right off into the sunset and watch the games on his 6,000-inch TV. Like, just go away. Like, nobody cares anymore.
You don't want to go away.
Go away.
on his terms, wants to go away.
Yeah, well, unfortunately for him, if it pans out that way, it won't be on his terms. So that's it. That's all we got on the Donald Sterling stuff. Ignorance is bliss. That's what I got.
Yeah.
Ignorance is bliss.
Scorn women. Yeah.
Scorn women and ignorance is bliss. That's the lesson learned today.